Pope Leo XIV. He's repeatedly called for peace, denounced Trump's threats to destroy Iran's whole civilization as truly unacceptable, warned of delusion of impotence around the war, and posted, "God does not bless any conflict, and those who follow Christ are never on the side of those who once wielded the sword and today drop bombs." Trump's True Social response was essentially to come back at the Pope. No surprise there. He's weak on crime, terrible for foreign policy. I don't want a Pope who thinks it's okay for Iran to have a nuclear weapon. Leo should get his act together as a Pope, stop catering to the radical left, and focus on being a great Pope, not a politician. He also accused the Pope of siding against America's self-defense. So this clash over Iran really comes down, here's Christian teaching, Christian leaders. So the Pope is saying one thing, President Trump is saying another. You'd even have people of faith here in the United States that would clash over whether this conflict is justified. Vice President Vance, who is also a Catholic, was kind of pushing back in an event, and his comments were, when the Pope says that God is never on the side of people who wield the sword, there's more than a 1,000-year tradition of just war theory. We can, of course, have disagreements about whether this or that conflict is just. How do you say that God is never on the side of those who wield the sword? And so Vance kind of went on to tie the Ordo Amoris, or this idea of ordered loves, that our loves start first with our family, and then to our community, our state, and then our nation, and then to the rest of the world. So that we have an obligation to care for others in an ordered way. And therefore, as Vance would put it, you prioritize American security against an Iranian nuclear threat, and that's rightly ordered love, and not some global egalitarianism or some global empire building. Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, stirred the waters a little bit more as he led a prayer service invoking some imprecatory psalms on pursuing, I believe the terms were overwhelming violence, no mercy, no quarter, and praying for every round to find its mark against the enemies of righteousness, emphasizing lethality and divine favor in the Iranian campaign. So who's right? It's all right. So we've got to set out, here's the conflict in between what the Pope is saying as a very, roses, no war, and the Trump's response to him, basically be a Pope, not the politician. And then Vance kind of explaining a little bit further the theological grounding, at least his own, and why this would be justified. I think there's a lot of pressure to just take party lines, to just take a particular talking point on this. But my encouragement is for us to look at Scripture, look at the church's teaching, and to think clearly about this ourselves.